The Amazon rainforest is a world of wonders. It stands today as Earth's largest, most vibrant wilderness. A colossal green ocean teeming with life forms beyond counting. Sunlight struggles to pierce its dense canopy, creating a perpetually twilit world below. This is a realm where nature still holds dominion, a place of profound mystery and breathtaking beauty. Imagine the mighty Amazon River, a serpent of water coiling through this immense green expanse. It is the lifeblood of the forest, carrying nutrients and shaping the land. Millions of species call this place home. Many are known to science, cataloged and studied, yet countless others remain undiscovered, hidden in the shadows, waiting for their moment of revelation. The air hums with the calls of unseen creatures, a constant symphony of the wild. The Amazon faces threats from human activity, from deforestation to climate change. Its preservation is paramount, a responsibility we all share, for its fate is intertwined with our own. Let us journey back in time to the late Cretaceous period. Around 75 million years ago, a remarkable predator stalked the arid landscapes of what is now Mongolia. This was the Velociraptor, not the oversized, scaly monster of Hollywood fame. The real Velociraptor was a much more subtle yet equally formidable creature. It was a dromaeosaurid theropod dinosaur, a member of a group known for their agility and keen senses. These were not lumbering giants, they were swift, intelligent hunters, perfectly adapted to their environment. The true Velociraptor was roughly the size of a large turkey. It stood perhaps 2 feet tall at the hip and measured about 6 feet in length, much of which was its long, stiff tail. Crucially, we now know velociraptors were covered in feathers. Imagine a bird-like predator, sleek and dynamic with piercing eyes that missed nothing. Its hands were capable of grasping and its jaws were filled with sharp serrated teeth designed for tearing flesh from bone. Imagine a velociraptor, suddenly transported from the arid plains of the Cretaceous to the humid depths of the Amazon. The initial shock would be immense. The air, thick with moisture and the scent of a million unknown plants and animals, would be a stark contrast to its native Gobi. The dense undergrowth, the towering trees, the constant rain, these would present immediate challenges. Survival would depend on rapid adaptation, a testament to its inherent predatory prowess and intelligence. It would need to learn quickly, or perish in this alien yet vibrant new world. Physical adaptations might begin to emerge over generations, if a breeding population established itself. Its feathers, perhaps originally patterned for desert camouflage, might evolve richer, darker hues. Mottled greens and browns would allow it to blend seamlessly with the dappled light and shadow of the forest floor. Its respiratory system, evolved for a drier climate, would be severely tested by the constant humidity. Only the hardiest individuals would thrive, passing on traits that allowed for better moisture tolerance. Its senses, already sharp, would need to recalibrate to the unique sounds and smells of the rainforest. Behavioral adaptations would be even more crucial for immediate survival. The sudden introduction of a velociraptor, or a pack of them, into the Amazon would send shockwaves through the ecosystem. This is not merely adding another species, it is inserting a highly efficient, intelligent predator from a different era. The existing food web, a delicate balance refined over millennia, would face an unprecedented disruption. The velociraptor would not have co-evolved with Amazonian prey, meaning native animals would have no instinctual fear or established defense mechanisms against this new kind of hunter. Prey species would be the first to feel the impact. Animals like peccaries, deer, large rodents, and ground-nesting birds would find themselves targeted by a predator with unfamiliar tactics. Populations of these animals could see significant declines, especially in areas where velociraptors established territories. This in turn would lead to behavioral changes. Prey animals might become more nocturnal, more vigilant, or alter their foraging patterns to avoid areas frequented by the raptors. Section 5. Claws in the Canopy. A day in the life of an Amazonian raptor. Dawn breaks over the Amazon. Mist hangs heavy between the colossal trees dripping from broad leaves. The air is cool, filled with the cacophony of awakening insects and distant howler monkeys. In the dense undergrowth, a pair of velociraptors stirs. Their feathered bodies, a blend of muted greens and browns, make them nearly invisible against the forest floor. Their sharp eyes, glinting with intelligence, scan their surroundings. They are hungry. The hunt begins not with a roar, but with silent, patient observation, a calculated assessment of the living world around them. They move with a fluid grace, their clawed feet making little sound on the damp earth. One raptor takes a slightly higher path using fallen logs and low-hanging vines to gain a better vantage point. The other stays low, weaving through the ferns and buttress roots. They communicate with subtle gestures, a flick of the tail, a slight tilt of the head. Their target, a small group of capybaras grazing near a muddy riverbank, unaware of the danger closing in. The raptors use the dense foliage as cover, their movements economical and precise, every step bringing them closer to their unsuspecting meal. The signal is given, a soft chirp, almost bird-like. The attack is sudden, a blur of motion. The lower raptor bursts from cover, driving the capybaras towards its partner. Section 6. When worlds collide. Human encounters with a prehistoric predator. The first confirmed sighting would send shockwaves across the globe. Imagine a remote indigenous community, or a team of field researchers, stumbling upon evidence. Unfamiliar tracks, a kill site unlike any made by a jaguar, or perhaps a fleeting, unbelievable glimpse of a feathered bipedal predator. Initially, such reports would be met with skepticism, dismissed as misidentification or local legend. But as evidence mounted, a clear photograph, a recovered feather, or even a captured specimen, disbelief would turn to stunned realization. A dinosaur, a Velociraptor, lived in the Amazon. For local communities, the presence of such a creature would be terrifying. These are people who live in close harmony with the rainforest, their lives intertwined with its rhythms. A new, intelligent, and potentially pack-hunting predator would pose a direct threat to their safety, their livestock, and their way of life. Children would be kept close, and journeys into the forest would become fraught with a new kind of peril. Section 7. Coexistence or conflict. Navigating a shared future. The idea of peaceful coexistence with a creature like Velociraptor in the Amazon is, frankly, a challenging prospect. This is not a gentle herbivore nor a solitary predator easily avoided. It is an intelligent, adaptable hunter, potentially operating in groups. For the indigenous communities and settlers living in or near raptor territory, life would be irrevocably altered. The primary goal would shift from coexistence to ensuring human safety, a difficult task when dealing with a predator so perfectly equipped for its role and so alien to the modern world. Mitigation strategies would be complex and resource-intensive. Designated raptor zones, if such areas could even be effectively established and enforced, might be considered. Early warning systems, perhaps utilizing drone technology or sophisticated sensor networks, could offer some protection to remote settlements. Intensive research into their behavior, movement patterns, and sensory capabilities would be crucial. Section 8. The Delicate Dance. Reflections on Ecological Balance. The hypothetical presence of a velociraptor in today's Amazon serves as a dramatic, almost brutal reminder of how profoundly ecosystems can be disturbed. It forces us to confront the concept of ecological balance not as a static state, but as a dynamic, ever-shifting interplay of forces. The introduction of a single highly effective new species, especially a predator, can trigger a cascade of consequences, unraveling connections that have taken eons to form. This ancient hunter, a ghost from the Cretaceous, would illuminate the fragility inherent in even the most robust-seeming environments. This thought experiment should also prompt us to reflect on the existing threats that the Amazon, and indeed all global ecosystems, currently face. We don't need a resurrected dinosaur to witness ecological upheaval. Deforestation, driven by agriculture and resource extraction, tears apart the fabric of the rainforest daily. Climate change alters weather patterns, stresses species, and increases the frequency of extreme events. Invasive species, introduced by human activity, are already outcompeting native flora and fauna, rewriting local ecologies in destructive ways. Section 9. Join the exploration, your voice, our next adventure. This journey into a hypothetical Amazon, stalked by velociraptors, opens a Pandora's box of questions and possibilities. How would different prehistoric titans fare in today's world, and what could their presence teach us about adaptation, survival, and the ever-changing nature of life on Earth? The past holds so many incredible stories, so many astonishing life forms, that the potential for exploration is virtually limitless. We have only scratched the surface of these what-if scenarios. We invite you, our thoughtful audience, to become part of this ongoing exploration. What are your thoughts on the Amazonian Velociraptor? How do you think it would truly adapt? What unforeseen consequences might arise from its presence? More importantly, what other prehistoric creatures from the depths of the oceans to the skies above capture your imagination? Share your ideas in the comments below. Your suggestions could spark our next deep dive into the fascinating intersection of paleontology and speculative biology, bringing another lost world vividly to life. If you enjoyed this blend of scientific inquiry and imaginative storytelling, please consider subscribing to our channel. We are passionate about uncovering the mysteries of the past and pondering their implications for the present and future.